I haven't did this in a while. Yes! Punch it. Oh! It's still running. What's up guys, Matt here coming at you with a new release from Eazyrc. This is a Chevrolet licensed Colorado 1/18 scale basher monster truck. The thing looks pretty cool. I did kind of already open it up just to check it out. Liam couldn't wait to check it out, and got the battery charged up so we can go run this thing. But I wanted to show you guys kind of how this thing comes, what all's inside, and then we're definitely just going to go run it. So this is a very good looking truck. And you know, one of the things is like, it's actually licensed. So I'm sure that cost them a pretty good little bit to get Chevrolet's approval to put their name on it, because it has Chevrolet in the grill, it's got Chevrolet stickers on it, but it makes for a good looking body. I do wish that companies would just clear these windows if they're gonna go to all that trouble, but it's a basher, not too worried about clear windows on a basher. So let's check this thing out really quick and see what all is in here. So we've got the truck, obviously. Transmitter is in here. I haven't really looked at this stuff yet. We've got a charger included. We'll talk about the battery in a minute. You've got a screwdriver, a wheel wrench, a couple extra pins. The wheelie bar we're gonna have to put on ourselves here. And then the transmitter is a very familiar looking transmitter. This is like we get with a lot of our FMS style crawlers. So pretty nice feeling transmitter, honestly. You can one-hand drive it if you need to. It's got 4 channels. It does have the steering trim, throttle trim, steering dual rate, steering and throttle reverse. So pretty nice transmitter included with this thing. I'm not 100% sure on the price. I'll put that on the video once I find that out. But right away, I noticed the suspension feels really good. So this does have oil-filled shocks. It's got a 45 amp brushless ESC with heatsink, 4-pole brushless motor. I'm not sure exactly what the motor is, but it has a heatsink installed with a fan on it as well. So hopefully we can keep the temperatures down. But the shocks feel really good on this thing. So we should be able to take some pretty good jumps, even with this being 1/18 scale, a little smaller. Lands pretty well. My only issue right away is the battery. I don't like when companies mess with our batteries. You know, like, we have our batteries that we like to use, and when we get something like this, I mean, it's a neat idea. This is all hard case. For one, you get a hard case battery. So pretty cool that that is the case, but I don't like how these plugs are all recessed in there. It makes it very hard to charge. And it actually makes this battery tray here pretty hard to get another battery in. So the way that fits in there, it goes just like that, and then you've got this little knob that turns down, and so you really can't even tell that's the battery when it's in there. And then this has like a 90-degree on it. It is a Dean style plug, plugs in just like that. My only problem is it makes it a little hard to get different style batteries in there. For one, it also makes this very hard to charge with a better charger than what it comes with. I was able to get my B3 charger that I use for the SCX24 batteries and stuff to work with it. But the only other batteries I can really get is something like this 2-cell 2,000 mile pack, something similar to this size. I'll try to link something like that in the description. That does fit really well in there and will work just fine. So, you know, not a terrible deal breaker or anything. It's just different. I mean, I just don't like how that's kind of hard to get to. So, but something like this probably would have worked great on the Pro Moto, you know, if they were going to go that route, just to keep from having all the wires and stuff. But it is what it is. So everything else feels pretty good. We're going to power this thing up, see how the servo feels, and then we're just going to go bash it, run it, jump it, launch it. So you know, we're going full send with it. I like that it has a nice plastic chassis on here, so we don't have to worry about bending that. You know, plastic will flex, whereas the aluminum and stuff, it's just going to bend. or break, and so the plastic should flex, hopefully help us to not break anything there. We've got Phillips screws everywhere, which makes it a pain to work on usually, but overall it all looks pretty solid. We've got metal dog bone drive shafts here, it looks like, and one going down the center. It's pretty hard to see. I can't really even tell what we've got going on down the center there, but we've got a metal steering link, looks like, across here. You've got adjustable turnbuckles on the front, so these do look like they can be adjusted. Overall, a good looking little 18th scale rig. So let's power it up and see what we think. So you will need 4 batteries for your transmitter, AA's, but everything else you're ready to run. Charging this battery on my B3 took about 30 minutes or so. I don't know, I didn't exactly keep up with the time, but it did seem to charge up pretty well. I didn't use the stock charger, I never do, but so it seems like we're getting way more steering to the right than to the left, because to the left, this arm is hitting the chassis. So you can see how far that wheel is turning to the right. And to the left, we're not even getting even with the chassis here. See how that's going kind of what I would call past this corner here? To the right, to the left, we're nowhere near it. So we're definitely getting more steering to the right. You can tell on the bumper there, the angle, we're inside that corner. And we're not. So that may be something we could adjust with this servo horn itself being just off a little bit, but as you can see, it's going to be kind of hard to get to. We have to take these screws out of the ESC, I think, lift that to get to the servo, and then move that arm over, because I think it's just kind of hitting the chassis right here, kind of limiting it. Not a huge deal. As small as this thing is, we'll probably never notice it, but we are getting just a little more turn to the right than left.
So I took this thing out on the concrete here just to get a little feel for the throttle. The wheelie bar on this model actually works. Now, if you hold it full pin, like sometimes it will loop out and the wheelie bar don't really do what it's supposed to. That's usually an issue on these smaller models. Even though they give you a wheelie bar, a lot of times they don't really do anything. They just loop out anyways. This one seems to work pretty well. You can wheelie pretty far. The hardest thing with these smaller scale trucks, these bashers like this, is just keeping them right side up. You know, they turn so fast and they're kind of bouncy and stuff that sometimes you'll just be looping them out. But you can see it went well on the concrete. Here in the very thick grass, you kind of got to keep it pinned, which, I mean, this is a small truck. It's pretty small. And the fact that it's actually going through this grass is pretty good. You got to have four-wheel drive to go through my yard, period. You can see here, I just decided to bash it a little bit. That's what's so fun about these things. They're kind of like the 24 crawlers, you know. I can take my X-Max or whatever. I can go out here. I don't really have that much fun. I want to take it somewhere where I can launch it at the skate park or somewhere like that. This little thing, you can go out and just make anything fun. Look, I'm just having fun playing with the cat. I mean, you can literally make anything fun with this thing. So I got my time in with this thing, and then I basically handed it over to the kids, Liam, and he had a buddy over, and I said, go break this thing. Like, seriously, just go break it, go have fun. And I really left that section of video uncut so you guys could see how much fun they had with this. It really just gets back to what this hobby is about. It shows how exciting it is, how much fun it is. Liam's buddy had never ran a hobby grade RC. He could not believe this thing didn't break on us. So definitely stick around a little bit longer and watch the kids have some fun with it.
Nothing like using the dumpster for a workbench. You do have to be careful. Little small rocks will get down inside these wheels. I thought I broke something. It was just a rock locked up in there. Wouldn't let the wheel turn. All good. Wait for some cool donuts though.
So the LED light on the front here is on a switch. You just hit it once for it to come on, tap it again, wait a second, it'll go off. These little ramps that I picked up a long time ago for the Smashers are actually quite a bit of fun with this thing. A little hard to hit sometimes, but a lot of fun. And then here you can see just taking it down the stairs. Lots of different things you can do with these smaller scale RCs. They're just a lot of fun around the house. They really are.
Where is it? Oh, it's way up there. It's just fun. We gotta land it. Backflip. Oh, dang. Yes. I would put it on the main roof, launch it off of there, but I gotta get the ladder out to get up on that. I can actually reach this. I don't know about all that work. Hey, come here, let's do something cool. You want to? Oh, I seen it. Here. You're gonna full send this. See the new piece of course I built?
Oh, yeah.
So kind of stay on this end, yeah. Oh, yep. What kind of driver are you?
Well, I can't see up on the roof.
Punch it. Oh! Didn't land it. It's still running. You jumped the hole. Got Liam on the wheel. I thought you were going to hit that tree.
Yeah, me too.
I thought you were going to hit me, and then you got scared and curved towards you.
That thing's crazy.
Pretty fast, isn't it?
It's like that, it's indestructible.
Seems like it.
When you bang out the wooden ramp, what is it?
So if you listen to these boys laughing and giggling as they cram the throttle on this thing and just rip it through everything, I think you can tell how much they enjoyed it. And I'm not even lying a bit when I say my kids always enjoyed these small bashers more. And it's a little easier for me to just hand them the controller and let them go nuts. You know, if this thing hits them wide open, it's not going to feel good, but it's probably not going to break their leg like an X-Max or something would. So, you know, I can let other kids run it that are maybe not familiar with hobby grade RCs and that sort of thing. And they just absolutely had a blast with this. Nothing broke on it. At one point I was joking with Liam. I was like, why haven't you broke this shit? And he's like, I don't know, you know, but nothing bent, broke, no issues at all. No warp, bent, dog bones, drive shafts, nothing. I mean, it still runs perfect.
What is it?
What was that?
I don't know.
That was close. Right at my head.
That no one's aiming you.
Right at my head.
Maybe you should not just stand right there.
So we got about 20 to 25 minutes of runtime on this stock battery, and I mean that was hitting the high grass, wide open throttle, biggest part of the time. And like I said, the thing held up great. We had an absolute blast with it. So if you got a couple kids you're wanting to get outdoors,
and just have some fun with, playing around with the RCs, definitely check this one out. It's got a good looking licensed body. I like getting a nice looking body on a basher for once. You know, we always get these wild, funky looking color schemes and stuff, and this is actually a good looking body. And the thing, it's nice and quick. I didn't check the actual speed on it, but it's got plenty of speed on 2S. We didn't even try 3S. It is 3S capable, but you can see the thing just wheelies nonstop on 2S. So very cool little truck, definitely worth checking out. I'll link it in the description, and I appreciate you guys watching. Peace.
Hey, why have you not broke it yet? I don't know.
It needs to break.
Definitely not for lack of giving it full throttle. The thing stays pegged.